The official inflation rate just broke 8.6%, but it's actually above 15% if you look at sites like Shadow Stats. Gas is $5 nationally. Food shortages across the world loom. The stock market is literally headed to hell. Cryptos have crashed, and global unrest is spreading like fire across the globe. But don't worry. Here's what I'm doing and what you can do too. Let's go.
One stacker on a journey to find silver. International Stacker.
Hey everybody, the name's International Stacker and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, look at the bottom of the video. If you see a red button, click that. It means you're not subscribed. Please like, comment, subscribe. And help me on our march to 30,000 subscribers. Yes, yes, yes. And a big thank you to all of you who keep coming back. And a big thank you to Gold Mining Incorporated for sponsoring this video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, inflation is literally out of control. If you remember, I've been warning you really for years, but hardcore back at the beginning of the beer flu outbreak. I still don't dare say the name. And, you know, they were telling us it was transitory, and then they said, just kidding. And we just set a all new high record. But look at this. So this is what they're reporting. But if you look at companies like Shadow Stats, and Shadow Stats tries to show what they think the actual statistics are, not based on their opinion, but based on data. And if you see here, the red is what's being reported by official sources, but the blue is really where they think we're at. And if you look here at consumer inflation, this is 10, so we're way above there, like 15. And if you look at consumer inflation, official versus Shadow Stats, again, we're up here like 16, 17, 18%. It is out of control. But I mean, these charts look great. Oh, yeah, okay, that's fine. But what does that mean? What does that mean? Here it is right here. This is the price of milk. And look at this thing going up. It's going exponential. This is the price of a gallon of milk. Before beer flu, we were at $3. Now we're at $4. If you look at the national gas, actually it just went down. We were at $5 a week ago, but I don't think this is going anywhere anytime soon. And I know this has affected many of you, and this is for the base price. If you run diesel, it's more expensive, premium, premium plus, etc. Look at here. This is just showing urban rent and how it's been rising up and increasing. And also, this is a good chart here to show you that it affects transportation, food, housing, furnishing, utilities, others, travel, airfare, used cars, new cars, and, you know, things like the Russian invasion and messing with the chip supply and other things don't help as well. There's a manufacturer. It's not BMW. It's another company in Germany. I forget. Maybe it was... I forget who, but they get wiring harnesses and things from Russia. And bottom line is, as prices in fossil fuels were already increasing in the United States based on different stances and the discontinuation of pipelines and getting stringent and issuing less permits, etc., all that coupled with the challenges of warfare and the U.S.'s now strained relationship with countries like Saudi Arabia. As gas increases, the cost of your goods are going to increase. And this has been actually happening for a while, but it was called shrinkflation. And that basically means you get a bag of chips. It was still the same price, but instead of having 20 ounces, it has 18, then 15, then 14, more air, then 13, then 10. So that's how they were hiding inflation for a while. But if you think if these transportation costs aren't skyrocketing, that's not going to be passed on to you. I don't know what to tell you. I'll look at you just like this gentleman right here. And say, I don't know what to tell you if you don't think everything you buy on a daily basis is not going to get more expensive. But what's not getting more expensive, and don't panic, folks, to me, this is a blessing in disguise. Silver and gold is not skyrocketing. And again, remember, silver and gold historically are one of the last things to move. In the crash in 2008, and at other times, it was a very slow, and it would initially go down in price with the market and everything else. And then it would have its day in the sun. But recently, high for silver was back in February 21, where we hit 30, and today we're at 21.62. Gold, again, Recent high was March 22, where we broke 2,000, and now we're at 1830. Am I panicking? No, I'm not panicking. And I'm going to tell you what I'm doing right now and what I think many of you could do right now to prepare yourselves, besides going to preparewithis.com and getting your emergency food. You guys, Ukraine has the most arable land in Europe. It supplies grain and different food sources to a lot of parts of the world. That's not happening now. Those are the parts of the world are going to have to get food. Well, we're having issues here with farmers' yield because of lack of fertilizers and things. And believe it or not, we got most of our fertilizers from Russia. Okay, so long story short, you need to be prepared. Okay, so what can you do and what am I doing? One, I'm holding my finger up. One, I increased my physical cash reserve in my emergency fund. So remember, your initial emergency fund, and I do like Dave Ramsey for part of this, but it should be $1,000, and then it should be anywhere from 3 to 6 months of being able to live and survive, pay your bills, and get by. In times of uncertainty, global war, breakdown, society, you definitely want to have a bit more cash laying around. But isn't it going to get inflated away? This is cash you're using to pay your living expenses, etc., but also used to buy into opportunities, which I'm going to talk here in a second. I've also started to add more physical gold and silver. Anytime silver under 20 is a fire sale in this day and age, and we're near 2160. I think that's a great deal. Gold, I think this is still a decent buy. And overall, I'm not buying physical gold and silver for the short term. I'm buying it for the long term. And if you do that, ladies and gentlemen, my opinion, and remember, I'm not a financial advisor, is that you can. I'm also looking for other opportunities. And, you guys all know I was in the crypto market, and I even mined Bitcoin and did a lot for a while. But you've seen we've had a massive crash in the crypto market. Ether was below 1,000 the other day. This was 18 or something. So anyways, I think there could be opportunities in cryptos. But remember what I've always told you. I look at cryptos as super risky, a trip to the actual casino. However, I believe that here's what I believe. If you think like I do gold and silver is going to have its day in the sun, then I think investing in gold and silver companies actually could have massive returns. Remember, I look at physical gold and silver as a hedge against inflation, a way to preserve your buying power. I do think it's going to have an opportunity to make some decent money on it, or currency or buying power, whatever you want to call it. However, I think a true investment would be a company where you can see your return, 3x, 5x, 10x, whatever that ends up being. And again, to me, it's a much safer game than cryptocurrencies. Now, continuing my series on looking at inflation, warning you about it, and then looking at opportunities, I wanted to cover a company I covered back in, I think it was January. It's called Gold Mining Incorporated. And here is its chart. It's GLDG on the New York Stock Exchange. And currently we're sitting at $1.12. People want exposure to like Tesla or some of these big stocks. You have to pay all this money. It goes down. You're like, this thing's literally $100.12. Its recent high was 192. That's like 80%, or 70 something percent. $100, you can get nearly 100 shares. I don't know. But this is what it's doing. Let's look at its max. Its high, all-time high, was 272, and now we're at 112. I think that's a great buy. And back in January, I covered it. I think it was about $1.50. But here is what I love about this company and why I keep coming back to it. And it ties into uranium. Yes, it ties into uranium, okay? What if I asked you if you wanted to buy gold at $5 an ounce? Would you say yes? I hope you would all say yes. Actually, you shouldn't, because you would think it was some sort of scam. And it was going to be fake, fool's gold, pyrite, whatever. However, this is actually an opportunity with this company, I believe, to buy gold at $5 an ounce. And here's quickly how I break it down. The market cap is $227, okay? And if you look at Gold Mining Incorporated's positions and different funds, etc., one of them is for $83 million. Another one's for $8 million. So you subtract that from 227. That gives you $138 million. This company owns 32 million ounces of gold equivalent resources. So if you just take that 138, divide it by 32 ounces, that's roughly $4.30 an ounce for gold. Now, if you compare that to deals that are literally being inked in 2022, Those deals are going for more around $50 an ounce. But gold's way more expensive. Yeah, but that's how it's sold because there's cost to get it out of the ground, fuel, mining, exploration, etc., etc. Okay? I was just smacking my hands. Don't worry about it. But what I love about this is Amir Adnani is the CEO. And if you remember, I have had Amir, CEO Adnani, on the channel before. We've done an interview. But here's, not only is Amir the CEO, which we're going to talk on here in a second, and it's tied to uranium, but companies like BlackRock. BlackRock's the company that's bought up like half the houses across America, folks. BlackRock's like that investment fund that's basically dabbling in a lot of things that they think are winners, and they are into this stock. Rick Rule's into it. Doug Casey's involved in it. You know, all these companies own stock. KCR Fund, GDXJ, Van Eck ETF, Roofer Gold. I mean, the list goes on. Extract Gold, Sprott Global. Sprott? That's a familiar name. Oppenheimer Holdings. I mean, come on. But here's what I really, really love about this company that was funded by Amir. And remember, we did interview him on the channel. Go watch that. As many of you know, Amir is big into opening and starting uranium companies. He's founded several, and they have been some of the biggest winners over the last few years. So he has done UEC, Uranium Energy Corp, and he also has done Uranium Royalty Corp. So that's UROY and UEC. So if you remember, Roy is a royalty corporation where this is actually the cake, uranium cake. I tried to get Amir to give me a piece of uranium cake, but I think he said it was illegal. But he's got great management skills, and the proof is in the pudding. If you're looking here on UEC in March of 2020 till now, that's over 1,000% return. If you look at from July in 2021 to now, it's 189% return. If we look at the same with your Uranium Royalty Corp, from March of 2020 to now, that's 875% return, roughly. In July 2021, we're looking at 153% return overall. I mean, it's been crazy. It's been absolutely crazy. And you might ask yourself, well, how does Gold Mining Incorporated's stock perform when the gold spot price rises? Well, it does phenomenal, okay? So from December 2013 to March 2014, 164% increase. That's 10x leverage. January 2016 to September, 665%, 30x leverage. December 2018 to February 2020, 150%. That's 5x leverage. March 2020 to August 2020, 218%. That's 7x leverage. Ladies and gentlemen, that is why I'm super amped on Gold Mining Incorporated, and now looks like a good time to add to any holdings. If you look on the 1 day, we're up nearly 4%. But if you look overall, we're down 1% on the last 6 months, 18% year to date. So yeah, that's a phenomenal buy. Again, I buy into companies that I think, one, can survive the storm, right? The storm of the market, the storm of fuel prices, costs going up. And two, what I really believe in, which is gold and silver. Now, uranium, without a doubt, is the best performing energy sector, I think. And I mean, if you look at the stats, it is. And, you know, maybe the commodity sector of this era for a number of reasons. And the reason I mention that is because Gold Mining Incorporated owns a very unique uranium project on top of its massive gold portfolio. So if you remember when I look at companies in the past, I love when they mine other things than gold because that's putting more exposure to more commodities. Therefore, to me, it's less risk. Well, this company also works in the uranium space. And here's their website. You can go check them out. You can look at their corporate. You can look at their leadership, which is one of the big things I look at. But you can look at their projects. And look, I like how they're diversified. We've got Brazil. We got United States, Canada, Colombia, Peru. I love how there's U.S. and Canada. Sometimes in different countries, you can have political unrest, etc. But I am really liking the projects in Canada, United States. Brazil's not bad. Colombia's fine. Peru, I haven't really messed around in Peru, so I don't really know. But anyways, you can check this website out. A bunch of good information, great videos. And of course, don't listen to me. Do your own research. But ladies and gentlemen, what I can tell you is all these charts tell me one thing, and they should tell you one thing. Prices are going up. Your buying power is decreasing. So you have to look at, one, how do you protect yourself? And I believe, like Lynette Zane says, you protect yourself with physical metals because they make shields. Shields are made of physical metals. And then how can you make up for that buying power? I think it's finding unique opportunities to leverage your investment for a return in the future. And again, none of these are for the faint of heart or for the short-term hold. Everything I look at is mid to longer term scenarios. So I'm going to have some great videos coming out soon. I think I'm going to put one out this weekend, a literal log of gold coins. Did I buy a log of gold? I don't know what I did, but it's coming. So make sure you check it out. And again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to my channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you to my channel members. And I guess I'll say, catch you on the next one. Woo!
One stacker.